going to do something a little bit different and grade some logo rebrands. The logo design world seems to be going minimalist. It's unclear as to whether this is simply a move to make things more simple and clean, or to go back to the roots of older, simpler logos. If your minimalist mark is distinctive, it can be very powerful. Think about the Nike swoosh. But there's also a risk for new businesses that a minimalist logo, such as a coffee bean, doesn't necessarily make you stand out and may make your mark be lost in the noise. Let's rate some rebrands. Taco Bell has gone through a few rebrands since I was a kid. This brownish-orange logo of the 1985 to 1994 era is really nostalgic, but I can admit that both the 1994 to 2016 version and the current clean version are much better. Taco Bell was able to retain its vibe with the rebrand, so this one gets an A-. Pringles also changed its mustachioed man from a detailed 3D rendering to a simple mustache, eyes, and eyebrows in 2020. And then the word Pringles in the bow tie screams of trying to be a little bit too clever for me. The chips are good, but I'm giving this one a B-. Do you remember when Instagram was a really busy, detailed camera icon? It was a really ugly camera. The simple camera redesign in 2016 was a huge upgrade and is easily recognizable today. Nice job, Instagram, you get an A. Local insurance company Nationwide used to have the very simple box from 1998 to 2014, and I really liked the simplicity of it. In 2014, they returned to their eagle logo, and quite frankly, I didn't like it because I don't think it's all that distinctive. There are a lot of logos with eagles after all. I got derided for this opinion, but I stand by it, and I give this one a C. Speaking of eagles, the United States Postal Service used an eagle with a ring of text and stars from 1970 to 1993. I remember the rebrand and thinking, what a weird change. However, it's interesting to think that the USPS logo was changed in 1993, but it looks like it was done much more recently. I give this rebrand an A. The Volkswagen VW logo has looked essentially the same for a long time. Thick letters, and now more recently, 3D imagery. In 2020, the VW logo went skinny and flat. This one gets a C- from me. The English Premier League logo they used when I was first able to watch English football, I thought was very cartoony, but also very cool. In 2016, they rebranded to the lion's head with the crown, which I think is quite nice. My one complaint is that it doesn't say soccer. It looks more like a logo for a financial institution, which now that I think about it, this one gets an A-. You all know I prefer Coke to Pepsi, so I'll try to be fair in this recent rebrand. Pepsi has used the red, white, and blue bottle cap logo since 1950. It's gone through several iterations, including this change that's been in use since 2008, except for a change to the font. However, the new logo from 2023 looks like something designed in Microsoft Paint for a new soda company. It feels like a very unnecessary rebrand, so it gets a D+ from me. Moving on to Starbucks. The original logo was a bit scandalous as the mermaid was exposing herself. The 1992 version of the logo had concentric circles and the mermaid's hair covered up her breasts. I'm a big fan of circular logos, and I think Starbucks nailed the rebrand in 2011. They kept it a circle, making it clean and modern. Their coffee may be mediocre, but I give the rebrand an A. And I know you are all dying to hear about my opinion about Kia. I've alluded to it in the past and had discussions on Twitter about this one. One article reported there were 30,000 searches per month for KN vehicle. Some say this is great branding because it creates awareness. I disagree and can't understand why a brand would want to create a mark that's not them. So the Kia to KN gets a big fat F. And now a bonus, and perhaps the most dramatic of the rebrands. I was grabbing Steak Escape while preparing for this vlog, and my wife asked, "What's that balloon?" Nostalgia flooded my brain as I recalled the red and white hot air balloon of Steak Escape. Now there is the silhouette of a cow, and even the motto changed from America's favorite cheesesteak to Eat Proud. This one is so different, I like them both, but I also get why it needed to be done. I give it a B+. Do you agree or disagree? Let me know in the comments below. Should I keep grading logo rebrands? Do you have any suggestions of logo rebrands I should do? Because just like logos, trademarks are fun.